We see creativity all around us. Entertainment, architecture, fashion, food. These forms of expression can make us feel many things. Generally positive, I would hope. But as we go through life and adapt to the routines that get us through the day and our lives, more often than not we tend to lose a lot of our own creative expression. The creativity that we feel we can put ourselves into and share with others. Much of the time, what ends up happening is we lose faith in our own ability and talent, or we become insecure about how our art will be received. This is what author Steven Pressfield called resistance, which is our own mental blocks that prevent us from furthering and pursuing our own dreams and aspirations. Now, there are plenty of books that could get you started on living a more creative life, like Creativity Inc. or Steal Like an Artist, but one of the greatest testimonials for creativity actually comes from actor Ethan Hawke, famous for movies like the Before series and Gattaca and Dead Poets Society. A phenomenal actor and someone who has advocated for all of us to find more creativity in our lives, not just because it's something that sounds good to say, but because it really is crucial to our very existence.
And I believe that we are here on this star in space to try to help one another, right? And first we have to survive, and then we have to thrive. And to thrive, to express ourselves, all right, well, here's the rub. We have to know ourselves. What do you love? And if you get close to what you love, who you are is revealed to you, and it expands.
Many of us struggle with identifying ways that we can be creative. But art and creativity do not have to be limited to the typical things that you might think of, like music and film and painting. Creativity can be anything, even leadership or service or business. Because for anything that you are called to do, you will give it all you can. And when you give to it, it will give back to you. Much like your traditional forms of artistry, like music and film, you work and work at your craft, and ultimately, it will give back to you in some way. Maybe in a way that you didn't expect. I mentioned earlier how we build resistance and lose creativity as we progress through life. An example of this is that children tend to be incredibly creative and imaginative, building sandcastles, playing make-believe. They don't care about results and outcomes, and part of this is because they tend to not have too many habits. As adults, we can be dictated to by our habits and routines, which is why it's important to be thoughtful about the habits that you create for yourself, and find a way to incorporate the time and space to express yourself in a way that you feel called to. Our lives end up rendering creativity to the back burner, and we have no time for it until a critical moment arises where you might be searching for comfort or meaning. Maybe you've lost a loved one and are going through a breakup or any other challenge, and at that time, only then might you look for a story that you can relate to, or a movie, or a song that speaks to you. These are the times when we are shown that expression and creativity is not just a nice to have, but it is essential for our very existence. It's what brings people together and heals. I don't need to tell you that life is short and how we spend our time is so important. Instead, I'll just ask you whether you are spending time doing what's important to you. If you are in the vast majority who will likely say no, then perhaps some kind of reassessment might be in order. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.